A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a highly charged Senate Finance Committee hearing on Thursday, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Secretary of Health and Human Services, defended his controversial policies regarding vaccine access amidst intense scrutiny from both Democratic and Republican senators. Kennedy, who has made waves with his moves to overhaul key health policies, faced accusations of lying and conflicts of interest due to his ties with the pharmaceutical industry. During the hearing, Kennedy asserted that the American public is on the brink of witnessing a significant transformation in healthcare and public health policy. He detailed his plans, which include a complete overhaul of a crucial vaccine advisory panel and a significant reduction in U.S. financial support for global immunization initiatives. The hearing quickly escalated into a contentious exchange, with Kennedy repeatedly contradicting the senator's inquiries regarding his vaccine policies and his abrupt firing of the CDC director, Susan Menarez, just weeks into her tenure. The atmosphere became increasingly hostile as senators challenged Kennedy's assertions, presenting data that he openly refuted. "This is crazy talk," Kennedy exclaimed in response to Senator Maggie Hassan's inquiry about the withdrawal of COVID vaccine access for healthy children. The senator retorted, suggesting that Kennedy's accusations were more reflective of his own actions. Menarez later revealed in an opinion piece that Kennedy had demanded she pre-approve all recommendations from his newly appointed vaccine panel, which she described as a calculated attempt to undermine the public health system. Kennedy's decision to replace the advisory panel members with individuals holding fringe, anti-vaccine views has drawn sharp criticism. Menarez stated, "Once trusted experts are removed and advisory bodies are stacked, the results are predetermined. That isn't reform. It is sabotage." When pressed about Menarez's comments, Kennedy dismissed her claims as false, insisting that her removal was necessary to restore the agency's credibility. Senator Ron Wyden labeled Kennedy's health policies as fundamentally cruel, warning that children could suffer dire consequences as a result of his stance against vaccinations. Protests erupted outside the hearing, with demonstrators donning lab coats and calling for Kennedy's resignation. Amidst the uproar, Kennedy maintained his position, arguing that chronic diseases among children are on the rise and attributing this crisis to a lack of attention from lawmakers. He insisted that addressing chronic diseases is essential for the nation's security and economic stability, a sentiment echoed by the White House, which supports Kennedy's efforts to reform the healthcare system. However, emerging evidence suggests that public support for childhood vaccines remains strong across the nation, even among Trump supporters. This growing backing for immunizations may be contributing to a rift in Kennedy's support among Republican senators, some of whom have begun to question his approach. Senator Bill Cassidy, who previously supported Kennedy's confirmation, confronted him about his rapid shift in stance regarding Menarez, highlighting the inconsistency in his actions. Kennedy's claims of being misled by health agencies were met with skepticism, as Senator Ron Johnson suggested that science in the U.S. has been compromised. The hearing concluded with over 20 public health agencies calling for Kennedy's resignation, emphasizing that his policies are jeopardizing public health and safety. Medical societies have expressed grave concerns about the potential consequences of Kennedy's actions, stating that they could lead to unnecessary suffering and loss of life. As the fallout from the hearing continues, the future of vaccine policy in the U.S. hangs in the balance, with calls for increased oversight and accountability from Congress. Kennedy's leadership at HHS is under intense scrutiny, and the implications of his decisions may have lasting effects on public health in America. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.